All right, happy Aloha Friday, everybody. Welcome to our webinar, Bridging the Gap Between Two Apps. Today, you're going to self with High Central MLS, Jennifer Sakamoto. We have Marie Leduc, who's going to be presenting. She's the National Training Manager for MLS Touch. We have Pamela on the line as well from MLS Touch. She is the product trainer. And then Alex Ruiz, who is our solution specialist with High Central MLS as well. Just a quick thing, go ahead and feel free to put your questions into the chat. At the end, once the presentation is over, we'll go ahead and answer those. So I don't want you guys to feel like we aren't addressing your questions. We will answer those questions at the end, but please make sure to put those in so that you don't forget those questions. And then Alex is going to go ahead and just give you guys that little bit more update about Smarter Agent.
Hi, everyone. So we requested this webinar from MLS Touch because Smarter Agent, who we have an app with, announced that they'll be shutting down their mobile app this coming year. And I don't know if everyone knows it, but we have a High Central Smarter Agent app, and that's going to be shutting down in a couple of days on the 17th. If there's any agents or brokerages who have licensed their own branded version of Smarter Agent app, they'll have their own individual shutdown date that could be anywhere this year or next year. So we thought we'd put on this webinar to get folks familiar with a really great alternative to Smarter Agent, which is MLS Touch. And MLS Touch has a lot of synchronizations with Matrix. I think a lot that you wouldn't find in Smarter Agent.
So thank you, Alex. And hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. As Jennifer mentioned, my name is Marie. I'm the training manager with Prospect Software, which is the company behind MLS Touch. And I'm excited to show you how this app can keep you connected with your MLS, your active buyers, as well as your new leads, I should say, today. And before I get started, just in case it wasn't clear, did you guys know that MLS Touch is a free member benefit, compliments of High Central MLS? So it sure is. And it's an app that you can download and install at any time. So if it's not done already, I hope that by the end of this presentation, you'll go and download and install it. And it's a very easy thing to do. All you have to do is head out to the App Store or Play Store on your device, look up MLS Touch, install it. It's a free download. And you simply have to use your Matrix login information to access it. So no need to sign up or create an account. It's already ready to go for you. So it's just an amazing little addition to your tool belt to, in this case, to have the access to the MLS on the go, but not just that, much more. Let me ask you this. Do any of you have MLS Touch installed on their smartphone or tablet or maybe both? You can let me know by just raising your hand if you want. There's a button for that, or you can let me know through the question box if it's easier. We're always curious to know. If you haven't installed it yet, you can do that right now, but hopefully that won't distract you too much from this presentation, though. If you think it will, just stop, do it later, and stay with us. Keep following along. But you know what, before I dig into anything in particular, knowing that some of you have not installed it, and for some of you, MLS Touch is completely new, there are a couple of things I want to point out before we get started with the bulk of this presentation. First, I want you guys to know that MLS Touch was specifically designed for real estate professionals like you. And I do point this out because that's part of what makes MLS Touch unique from any other mobile app that you may have access to, including Smarter Agent. And your business and your brand are what's most important to us. And you'll see that reflected throughout a lot of key features in this app. The other thing I want to point out, and I'll touch on this during the presentation, is that, oh, and I think Alex, and both Alex and Jennifer didn't mention it, it's that Mls Touch is the mobile extension to Matrix. It is your mobile MLS. And that means that you can access all the same data, just like you can in Matrix. That means listing data, tax data, your contacts, and much more. And the whole goal when we designed this app was to make your life easier. So by keeping you fully connected with your MLS, but also with your clients and their info while you're on the go. It's also designed to help you reach an even deeper level of collaboration with your clients, which is mainly what I'll dive into today, knowing that some of you are, well, you are losing Smart Agents shortly, right? Which was a tool that was helping you collaborate with your clients and provide them with a good mobile solution to shop for homes on their own. So that being said, I do want to jump into it. So the first thing I want to touch on briefly is some of the key features Mls Touch has to offer as your mobile MLS, because that's its main purpose, right, is being your mobile MLS. And like Alex mentioned, one of its main differentiators is those matrix integrations that you benefit from. Right, so that, which is why, in a sense, it goes beyond simply giving you access to listing data. Let me just pull up the screen of my phone because I want to demonstrate all of this live with you guys. All right, so when it comes to matrix integrations, for example, through your Mls Touch Contacts, and I'll encourage you to go check it out if you already have the app installed. You just click on, you just press on that Contacts button at the bottom. By loading your Mls Touch Contacts, you'll be able to notice a few of these powerful integrations right away. For instance, you'll see your contacts will be synced seamlessly already in real time with Matrix. And not only that, if you do have contacts in Matrix, you should see them all. Try to point out or try to find through your list of contacts one of your clients that uses the Matrix client portal, you know, to put aside their favorites, discards, and view any listing you've sent them through Matrix. Pull them up, and what you'll see is the second integration, right, that goes beyond MLS data. I should say listing data instead. You'll be able to access their favorites, their possibilities, discards, any listing you've sent them, right, easily through this app under their name, because all of this is synced seamlessly. So what does that mean on, like, moving forward? That means that you no longer have to do any redundant data entry to use both solutions efficiently. That means that from either solutions, Mls Touch or Matrix, you can add or edit contacts, and they'll show up in both solutions instantly. Plus, knowing that you have access to the client portal content of your active buyers, this will provide you, if I just go back to one of my active buyers here, this will provide you with actionable engagement insight, right? That will make it easier for you to reach out and stay engaged with your clients, right, in a meaningful way, because you'll be able to not only see their favorites, you'll even be notified as soon as they add one, right? So that you can go check them out, right? I could pull up their favorites here, check them out, and maybe then directly through Mls Touch, get in touch with them, right? Either by email, text message, or even through the in-app chat functionality available, which we'll touch on a little bit later, but which is tied to all these messages button you'll see throughout the app itself. Okay, now that I've covered briefly some of these matrix integrations that you benefit from, now I want to talk about those amazing search functionalities that this app has to offer. So let's dig into those briefly. Here you go. So most of them are part of what we call the 6-pack that's available straight from the home screen, which we're looking at right now. And I have noted that you'll want to use the following ones regularly. They're not necessarily exciting features, but they're features that will come in handy from time to time. For instance, you can search by MLS number with the MLS number search, and this feature is very useful because it allows you to search for multiple listings simultaneously, even if they don't necessarily meet the same criteria, as long as you have their numbers. That could be perfect to pull up the few listings you're about to go show a client to have their listing details on hand whenever you need them, or it could be to send them by email to someone or by text message in a pinch, without necessarily having to search for them each individually, right? Because you have the possibility of taking action on any of your search results with the button here, which we call the action button, that gives you the means of taking action on the search results you just found, right? Which includes sending them by email or a text message. Another basic but very important feature you need to know about, it's the advanced search. This one lets you search by criteria or by a specific address. And when you go check it out, its search parameters will most likely seem familiar to you, because we use, so MLS Touch uses the same labels as Matrix. That way you can accomplish exactly the same search with the app without having to rethink or relearn how to go about it. Don't forget to go scroll all the way down, because it has more search parameters to offer, and you need to click on or press on this more criteria button to find them and use them if need be. Going back to the home screen, there's also another button that will come in handy, and that's for those of you who are listing agent. You have access instantly to your own active listings with this My Listings button. And this allows you to, again, well, just pull up your own listings whenever you need, and I should specify your active listings, that is. And that will allow you to take action on your own listings. So if you have to email them to someone, you can easily do that. But it also allows you to access additional features like the means of sharing its details on whatever social network you have set up on your device, right, with the more sharing options available. So if you want to share them on Pinterest or Twitter or Facebook, you can easily do it that way if you wish. That, however, is only available if you are looking at one of your own listings. You can easily share the listing details of your own listings in this way if you wish. But these functionalities are basic, and they don't hold a candle to the most popular and powerful search functionalities MLS Touch has to offer. So let's talk about those now, the more exciting ones. Again, we're still focusing on the mobile MLS features, right, that MLS Touch has to offer, for now anyways. So when it comes to powerful features, well, the first one that comes to my mind is the map search. And I do encourage you to try this map search out whenever you get a chance, because it does offer more than most map searches out there. Of course, this map search will allow you to look at the market for any given area displayed, as long as it's a part of your MLS. So as long as you can also look up these areas in Matrix. Of course, you could zoom in, zoom out, move the map around if you want. Even use the filters to be looking at the specific market you want, and narrow it down based on property type, bedroom, etc. Or even right now, it's only showing us the actives or pendings in this area, but you could easily switch to the sold market, right? The sold properties for this area instead with the filters. But what's really great with the map search, and this is fairly new, maybe some of you know about this, but this map search now has a smart search bar. And this smart search bar is super handy because it lets you jump to any location or point of interest on the map very, very quickly. So it could be by neighborhood, you could jump to a neighborhood, a school district, a city, or more specific points of interest, like a public transit station or a specific school or a workplace. As long as they're mapped out on Google Maps and Apple Maps, you should be able to jump to that location or point of interest. For instance, maybe I'm with a potential buyer that's interested in Kakaoko neighborhood, and I want to jump to that. So I just punch in. I can even just type it partially if I want, and it will let me know anything that matches, including neighborhoods or points of interest. So I was looking for the neighborhood code. So here you go, and I'll launch my search, and you'll see almost instantly it will jump to this location. And then I can use the advanced functionalities of the map to narrow it down if I want, right? I could use the draw on map button, which is the button that looks like a little pencil to use to circle, right? With my finger, draw a line with my finger around the specific region that I want to narrow it down to. Use the filters, let's say, to maybe narrow it down to 2 bed, 2 baths, let's say with an open house coming up. And it will clean up the map and only keep on screen what matters, right? And then actually I'm going to turn off open houses. They're not super popular right now with the reality we're dealing with right now. So let's just get rid of that. But here, and what's really great is that then after you've narrowed down your search, you can switch to the list view to look at these in a bit more detail, have access to the action button if need be, but it also provides you with a stats view, which if you switch to will give you very valuable market insights, like the median price. Ooh, okay, that's high. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm not used to Hawaii prices. So anyways, average price, average days on market, if you scroll down a little bit, right? All of that is available directly from the map search. So anyways, there. Oh, by the way, we do get comments. Van, thank you. Van was telling us that it seems like it's improved its matrix integration since last year. Yes, it's very possible. Thank you, Van, for your comment. So so there. And not only that, let me just go back to the map view. What's really great, and I'm just going to get rid of this parameter here, is that not only does it provide you with all of that, those details and valuable market insights, but now you can also pull realist tax data through the map search, which will include the sell score of any property. You can just zoom a bit in. Let me zoom into an area right here. Let's say, I think I may be using an area that's not super residential, but it doesn't matter anyways. So you can easily press within the parcel lines of any property, not just the properties that are on the market right now, to view their realist tax data, if there are any, right, on realist tax data database. Actually, let me just move my map into a residential area where I think we'll have more luck with the realist tax data here. I'm just going to get rid of my filters here just to give us a better chance. Here you go. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Let's see the parcel lines. I can't zoom in too much. Let's give it a chance. All right, guys. I'm asking too much of it. Anyways, you'll see on your end. I think it's because the internet's really slow all of a sudden with this session going on, but you'll be able to access the realist tax data easily through the map as well. So anyways, that's another great, powerful feature that you should definitely look into. But I did save the most popular search tool for last, and that's the Insta View feature. Maybe some of you have heard of it, because we like to rave about it, because well, it is my favorite, and I bet it's going to become yours as well when you test it out the first time. So that's the only feature I can't actually demonstrate live. So let me at least explain what it's about. So the Insta View button, it's the blue button on the app at the bottom left. It basically lets you pull the details of any nearby active listing instantly. So that means with one tap, you can see the full listing details of the property that's across the street or a few doors down. If you're in front of a building with several units for sale, well, they'll all pop up on screen, which is really great, just by pointing your device at the property and pressing the Insta View button. It's perfect when you're about to walk into a property to show it to a client, so that you have its listing details on hand, or afterwards when they're asking you about the property next door, right? Does that happen to you often? I bet it does. A couple of the details to keep in mind though about Insta View is that it has a range. It's a range of 400 feet. So you have to be within 400 feet of a listing for it to actually pull up some kind of results. And it will only pull or exclusively pull active listings that are nearby, nothing else. So keep that in mind when using the Insta view button. Like for instance, if you're right now listening to us at home and there's no listing around in range, well, you may have to wait until you're out and about and you come across a property that is for sale and that is on the MLS to test it out for the first time. So anyways, hopefully you'll get a chance either right now or later to see how powerful this feature is. Okay, now moving on to the main part of this presentation. As I mentioned at the beginning, Mls Touch is more than just your mobile MLS, and some of its advanced features will come in handy knowing that Smarter Agent will be discontinued in a couple of days now. So one thing that you need to know is that Mls Touch is there, and I think I may have already said this, it's there to support your brand in many ways, and also to allow you to reach a deeper level of collaboration with your clients. And that's mainly with two of its key features, brand and share and the Facebook publishing tool. And I'll end with those today. So let's start with brand and share. Brand and share is something that you guys all have access to in Mls Touch. And this feature allows you to customize the experience you offer through the app just by submitting a logo and choosing 3 colors you wish through its settings. And don't worry, I'll circle back and show you how it's done. I'll circle back to the app for sure. Well, by selecting a logo, by submitting a logo and selecting your colors that will set your brand, everything you share through the app, sorry, I was waiting for my slide to show up. Here you go. Everything you share through the app will use this branding so that you are always recognizable just at a glance, right? When you, for instance, let's see, when you send listings, no matter if it's by text message or by email, or if you share the listing, let's say on a social network like Facebook. So it's definitely something that I'll recommend you do first thing, right? That way it's ready to go. Your app is ready to go and you will be highly recognizable. Brand and share is not limited to that though. It also allows you to share what we call the companion app or branded app that comes with Mls Touch. And that one's designed for your clients, right? Mls Touch, that's for us, real estate professionals. And the branded app that comes with Mls Touch, that's for our client. It will also be branded with the colors and the logo that we chose when setting up brand and share. And by sharing this app with your clients, you'll be providing them with the mobile experience they deserve when searching for properties on their own. So that's something that could replace, if you decide to opt in to it, it could replace Smarter Agent for your active buyers or anybody else that you know that may want to look up like properties on their own. This app will allow your clients to access all active listings on the market, right? So not just some or most, like the other alternatives that are at their disposal out there. The difference between Mls Touch and this is that this branded app will only show the public data, right, versus Mls Touch that provides us as real estate professionals with all the data. And this branded app, what's really cool about it is that it even acts like the mobile version of the Matrix Client Portal for your clients that are using the Matrix Client Portal. You know what? Let me ask you this: do some of your clients use the Client Portal, the Matrix Client Portal? Raise your hand. So for you, and I see a few hands raised so far. So for you, it may actually be a plus that Smarter Agent's going, right? So that you now move to this branded app, because what that means is that your clients, if they already had favorites, possibilities, or discards, or if they want to keep these pools of listings that they put aside for themselves, they can just, with your branded app, pick up where they're left off, right? So it's basically they tap into the same great functionalities, but in a better mobile experience, right? That you are providing them, and that is branded with your info, and that only includes your contact details as their agent versus maybe listing agent info, right? They don't have access to listing agent info. They only have access to your contact details if they want to get in touch with someone through your brand app. Plus, it's a great engagement tool because when you suggest listings to them, right, when you send them listings from Matrix or MLS Touch, your clients will be able to view and manage them in either the branded app or the client portal they choose, because they basically tap into the same tool. You'll even get instant visibility into the properties your clients add to their favorites or discards because, like I briefly mentioned at the beginning of the session, MLS Touch will notify you right away. And if there is anything that requires your attention, we'll even show you little red bullets to make sure that you don't miss out on anything. On top of that, you can also use the in-app messaging feature to discuss and collaborate on properties of interest directly from MLS Touch to the individuals that are using your app. So all your clients have to do is install the app and start using it. There's no need to create an account for your clients or log in or anything like that. You'll just set up your branding, you'll send them the installation link that is unique to you for your app, and they'll be guided through the process of installing the app, and they'll be able to start using it right away. So actually, I think I showed, yeah, I've got a few screenshots of what it looks like. If you text message, for instance, the installation link, they'll just press on it or click on it and be guided through the process, which will have them install MLS Client, which is your branded app, and then they'll start using it immediately, right, on their smartphone or tablet, whichever they choose. Oh, they can actually install it in both if they want. So let me actually show you where you can set up your branding and where you can start sharing your app. You'll see it's super easy. So brand and share is available under the More menu. So let's go under there. More menu is in the bottom right of your MLS Touch app. And then just look for brand and share in this list. You should find it pretty easily. It should be one of the first ones. And then I'll press on continue because we're going to skip these slides that explain what brand and share is, because hopefully I did a good job of explaining it already. And it's with this screen here that you'll be encouraged, not just encouraged, you'll have to set up your branding if you want to take advantage of brand and share. So just press the select logo button, which will allow you to pick from any image available on your device as a logo. So that means you have to input an image, not necessarily your picture, but an image that will be used as your logo. If you want your agent photo to be on that image, you need to make sure that this image is ready to go with everything you want on it before you select it. You will not be able to edit it or modify it after you've selected it. It will be used as is. So if in my case, this is my brand logo. That's usually what I use. I have my own personal brand because I'm a broker. But please make sure that you follow the guidelines, the branding guidelines of your brokerage when it comes to this image, right? Ask your broker or your manager if you don't know what they are. And then make sure to select 3 colors that hopefully will match with your logo so that everything looks good. You can just press the colored circles and a color selection tool will pop up to allow you to select a different color than what's there. And then when you're done with your selection of logo and colors, just press the Apply Colors and Logo button, because that's the save button basically, because you need to save the changes you've made for them to be to apply. If you don't press that button, anything that you've done will be disregarded. So keep that in mind. And you know what? When it's time to share your app after you've done this branding, just click on the Share My App button, and it will lead you to this following page, which will show you your unique installation link. Everybody's got one of their own, and also the means of sending this installation link immediately to someone by text message or by email. And I do encourage you for sure to send this installation link to your active buyers, because they'll definitely benefit from it. And if they were using Smarter Agent, they'll be happy that you provide them with an alternative, right? But I don't necessarily want you guys to stop there, right? And you'll understand potentially a bit better why later. But actually, I think, let me just see. I just want to see if I have, yes, there you go. What I want you to potentially consider is other ways of sharing this app. to make sure that you get the word out, right? Because not only could this app be useful for your active buyers, but maybe anybody that you know out there, right? Like friends, family members, right? They're all potential clients, am I right? So what I encourage you to do is not only just one-off send it to individuals that you think will want to use it, but I do encourage you to add that installation link. Just copy it and then paste it somewhere. Paste it where you want. Maybe add it to your email signature with a little call to action. That way anybody that you send an email to will be reminded about your branded app. If you have a mailer coming up, especially if you have a mailer that you're going to send to your whole network, your whole sphere of influence, maybe you'll want to mention it, right? And encourage them to install your app. You could also just copy that link and share it on any social network, right? Facebook, Twitter, just copy the link, paste it in a new message, either on your Facebook page or your Facebook profile, whatever you want, and you'll be able to invite them to install your app. And if you have a website and you're capable of adding content to your website, why not add your installation link to your website, right? Make sure your webmaster, whoever's in charge of your website, provide them with the link and where you want it, and ask them to add it to your website. If you have a landing page for buyers, let's say, that could be a great little add-on to tack onto that buyer landing page, encouraging any potential buyer that lands on this landing page to download your app. And don't stop there, right? I also invite you to encourage the people that you're sharing your app with to share it themselves with anyone they know that could use a better solution to shop for a home, right? Because that's when it could snowball, right? Because just so you know, and I'll touch on that in a few moments, but this branded app acts also as a lead generator, which I'll circle back on in a bit. So that's pretty cool, right? So that's something that you can easily provide to your clients, knowing that Smarter Agent is going away. And I know I didn't elaborate that much on it. We do have an exclusive webinar and a lot of learning opportunities on this app, which we'll share with you by the end of this presentation. So please stick around so that you have access to those learning opportunities to dig in deeper on this branded app if you're interested. But there's another feature that I mentioned, right, that relates to your brand and engaging with clients and potentially leads, and that's the Facebook publishing tool that comes with MLS Touch. And this feature will benefit those of you who have a Facebook page for their business. Is that the case for anyone here? Raise your hand. Okay, a lot of you. Cool. Okay, so let me actually just show you a Facebook page that takes advantage of this feature so you can see actually what it's all about. So as you'll see here, this Facebook publishing tool, when you activate it, it will start promoting your listings throughout their life cycle on your Facebook page. And that's by automatically publishing announcements like this one here on Mickey Mark's Facebook page here. So it can announce a new listing, it could announce a price reduction, a recently sold property, or an open house you just added on the MLS in this format. And it's going to include your branding if you did set up brand and share, so I hope you'll do that. Even if you don't want to use the branded app, brand and share is still pretty important. And what's really great is that any potential buyer that's interested in this property can click on the publication to view the full listing details, the full public listing details, that is, of your listing with your branding, again, taken in consideration to customize its layout. And not only that, but it will also pull your agent photo and your contact details from the roster of the High Central MLS. So for those of you who are asking me, where do I upload my photo? Well, you don't have to upload your photo as long as your photo is already available in the roster on the MLS. Go check it out, and if you do need assistance because you don't know where to go, High Central MLS support can definitely help you with that if need be. But you know what? Oh yeah, and really quickly, how do you activate this feature? Because I bet some of you are interested. It's pretty straightforward. Let me just pull up my phone again to show you where. So if I go back to the home screen and guide you through where to go, it's under the More menu as well. Most of the time, anything that's relating to the setup or anything that needs to be activated, it's going to be under the More menu. And in this case, you'll go under Facebook Publishing Tool, and just by pressing on that button, you'll be guided through the activation process through a little wizard that will explain to you every step what you have to do in the customization that can be done on those publications as well, because yes, they can be customized as well. So that's the Facebook Publishing Tool. And by the way, these two last features that I've just mentioned, brand and share and Facebook, and I did sort of spoil the surprise, they do act as lead generators as well. So yes, you can potentially get new leads from brand and share and from the Facebook Publishing Tool. How? Well, when it comes to Facebook, I'll pull up that example of that Facebook page again real quick. Here you go. Going back to the listing details, right? When you click on the publication, you pull up the listing details. See where it says information request just below the contact details of the agent? Well, this is a lead grabber. So if anybody wants to communicate with you, right, and does it through this little form and clicks on send after filling in the blanks, they'll come in as a new lead in your MLS Touch application. Obviously, you could also get leads by just having those publications. If they comment, right, you could potentially get new leads that way, right? Or if they private message you. But what's really great with this particular feature, right, where the drop down menu with this, I should say this lead grabber, is that when they do fill in the blanks and click on send, you'll be notified immediately, and they'll come in as a new lead in your MLS Touch application, so you can instantly add them to your contacts if you wish. That's cool, right? And when it comes to brand and share, how does it act like a lead generator? Well, anyone brand new that's not part of your contacts that installs the app, right? The first time they'll launch the app, when they press on the app's icon, they'll have to fill in a little form similar to that lead grabber we saw on Facebook, right? But in this case, it's within your app. And then after that, they'll be able to use the app. And it's by filling in this little form before they start using the app that they'll come in as a new lead, right? You'll be notified, like I mentioned, this is an example of a notification you get. And if you press on the notification or you open your app after getting notified, then you'll see them showing up as a new lead under your contacts. And all you'll have to do is accept them to add them immediately to your contacts. And as we covered way at the beginning, if it's added to MLS Touch, it's also added in Matrix, right? So that means, again, even less data entry to do when it comes to these new potential clients that are coming in this way. And really quickly, just to demonstrate, I don't have any new leads, but I just want to show you where in MLS Touch they'll show up, just in case that you don't know where to go. But don't worry, again, always keep an eye on red bullets. I don't have any, but if you do have little red bullets, that means that the app is trying to get your attention, and it will always try to get your attention when a new lead is waiting for you to either reject or accept it. So what you'll have to do is, if you ever get a notification that you get a new lead, look for those red bullets, or just go under your contacts, which I'll do right now. There you go. And you'll see a red bullet next to leads if you have any waiting for you, right? That just came in. So you'll go under your new leads, and that's where you'll have your list of new leads that you'll just press on, and then you'll have the means of looking at their contact details, right? Looking at did it come from the branded app or Facebook? It will let you know, and you'll be able to accept them through there so that they're automatically added to your contacts. And that's it's only when you accept the lead and they're in your contacts that then through their contact details, you'll be able to do, like I've mentioned at the beginning, right? Check out their favorites, possibilities, discards, everything you've sent them so far. And with the messages button, start the conversation and keep the conversation going, right? With the in-app chats functionality that links your MLS Touch app to the branded app that you're providing to your clients. So, all pretty exciting stuff, right? So this is not new, by the way. This is a member benefit of yours that you've had access to for a little while now. And I hope that now that you know it a little bit better and that you know about its capabilities, right, when it comes to engaging with your clients and providing them with the mobile experience they deserve to search for properties on their own, that you'll download and install MLS Touch today or whenever you get a chance. It is a High Central MLS member benefit, all of it, right? Some of you are asking me, is there any extra charges for any of this? No. This is all included in the member benefit that High Central is offering you. And I think it's been around for a little bit now. So before we end this session though, knowing that this was a demo, right? I had a lot of things to cover. I didn't necessarily dig into all of these great features. I do encourage you to register for one of our upcoming webinars to learn more about these amazing features and how to leverage them fully. If you're interested in knowing more about the MLS Touch branded app and how to start collaborating with your clients, we do have several exclusive learning opportunities on that topic. If you don't want to wait until our next live webinars, we have webinar recordings, short videos, guides with visual cues and all of that could be good for some of you, right? So we'll be sharing that with you, those of you who are here live, in a little bit, so stick around. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss out on the short Facebook Live sessions that we offer, which are back in 2021 starting this week. So we hope to see you there. But that being said, that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in. It was a pleasure showing you what MLS Touch has to offer. And now that you know it a little better, I hope you enjoy your MLS Touch application.